I'm only 25, but I'm selling Ferraris every week. And at this age, it's insane that I've been able to do this for myself, and seeing all the hard work that I've put in over the past 10, 15 years really paying off now makes it all worth it. So it's about 15 years ago. I used to go to Motor Cars of Georgia a ton. I was looking at some of the cars, and eventually I think I had worked up the courage just to ask for go for a ride. And the worst thing they could do is say no. And they looked and said, you know what? Yeah, sure. So we went outside, and there was a Murcielago outside, and the rims on it changed color from gold to silver, kind of depending how the sunlight hit it. And he said, let's go. So we hopped in and went for a ride. We were listening to 95.5 The Beat back when that was a radio station, and just took that ride in the Murcielago. And from then on, cars were just my thing. I love them. Just that one experience. If I had walked into that dealership and nobody looked twice at me because I was a kid, nobody even talked to me, I could look at some of the cars, it'd be cool. But experiencing the way the car drives and having that one experience that just opens your eyes and your mind to the entire car world just changed everything for me. So it was probably in about fifth grade when I got to go and ride in that Lamborghini. And young kids are really impressionable in the way that they act or see things. And when you have somebody that invites you into their car like that, you realize, wow, this is what I want to be like. This is what I want to be able to do. So that inspired me to start doing some photography that I really like to do. And I got a nice camera, took some pictures, just kind of for fun. But as I started doing that and posting on my own Instagram, people said, whoa, you do really well at this. Have you thought about turning this into some sort of business idea? I said, no, I never really thought about that, but not a bad idea. I was still young at the time. So I went through high school. I started taking pictures of cars a lot, posted on my Instagram, built up some followers there. And in college, I worked with the Motor Car Collection in Atlanta. And so I started helping out them doing all of their photography, their inventory intakes, learning about the cars, and marketing through that. And that was definitely helpful. Growing up in the car community in Atlanta, I've been able to meet everybody around here. I knew there'll hardly be a car that'll pass me, a supercar, and I go, oh, I know who that is. And it's great just to be able to know all these different people where you go no matter what. So my first car job was in college. I worked at the Motor Car Collection. I helped doing their sales, mostly their photography. We listed the cars online. I came in, I took pictures of all the cars and listed them. And he flew in a Pepper Yandel, a great photographer, and taught me how to do, the ideal dealership type photos. We go around the car, you get the inside, the outside, and all that. So that was great while I was in college. It helped me really get into that type of business world and dealership world. And then out of college came the pandemic and everything shut down. And of course, I was stuck at home for a long time. There were no car shoots, nothing, which was tough. So I ended up meeting somebody named Adam Merlin, who owns Merlin Auto Group. And he loved my photos. I took some pictures of their cars before, and they needed a photographer. They had somebody in sales, they had somebody in service for their service center, but they didn't really have anybody to take their photos and market the way they needed to be marketed. So we decided to bring me on to the team and see how it worked out, and it's been great so far. I started doing their marketing, their photography, listing the cars online, helping with some of the customers, and slowly kind of worked my way into the sales world as well. So my mother's in sales. I've always been around the sales world my whole life, so it kind of fit right into doing sales. I love interacting with people, talking about cars that I'm passionate about, showing them, letting them learn about the car as well, and even learning some things that these people know about the cars. We have a lot of older 1990s Ferraris, 308s, 328s that aren't really, before I started, I knew nothing about those cars. I've really been able to learn and appreciate older Ferraris, and I'll have customers that'll come in and look at one of these cars that they want to buy and ask me some questions that I have no idea about. And each car is so different. You can know something about a newer Ferrari, but nothing about the older one. And they've taught me things. People come in and ask me a question. If I don't know, I'll find out the answer. But some people would say, oh, well, did you know this about the car? I said, I didn't know that about old Ferraris. I'm glad I do now. We're a small dealership. There's not a lot of people that work here, but we all kind of help out where we can. We all want to help everybody else out. And when I first started, they said, would you be interested in doing any sort of sales with us? I said, of course, I'd love to do that. I'm open to any opportunity. So I started doing the marketing, but as people came in and I started posting the photos online, somebody would call and ask about the car, ask about something with the pictures. And I took the pictures. I've been inside and outside of these cars, all around them. So I know the cars really well. So I was able to answer the questions people would have about the vehicles. And they're like, well, if you know these cars so well and you can take the pictures and talk to the customers, you want to try to sell them too? I was like, of course. And it was a great opportunity for me to start there. And as people came in the door or called in, we'd respond to them, help them out, walk them through the process. And I was able to sell about 5 or 6 cars in a week. And it differs per week. It really depends on the cars we have in or who wants to buy what. You get some of the crazy people that come in and just kind of want to look around, but you get the really serious people that come in and want to buy a car for an investment purpose as well. We typically focus on classic 80s, 90s Ferraris, but we have some newer 48s. We have a 720S as well. One of our favorite cars at Merlin Auto Group is a Testarossa. We have about 6 or 7 personal Testarossas in our private collection, a couple TRs, one flying mirror, and those are just amazing V12 cars with the gated manual transmission. And with all of the cars we have in there, we have SLRs, SLS, 308s, 328s, old NSXs, new NSX, some Targas, and I was able to picture every single car, but to be able to picture them, they have to be moved. So luckily, I had the opportunity to drive every single one of these cars around and feel the car, drive the car, and then picture the car, which is an experience I'll never forget. I never really thought I'd have the opportunity to drive 7 Testarossas. There's definitely good money to make in the industry when you sell a car to somebody, depending on the value of the car. It's a lot of fun too, so as I'm making money, I'm really enjoying what I'm doing, which is the best part. It's long hours, but it's enjoyable hours. I don't want to go home. I want to stay and work. I'm excited to get up and go to work every day. And that's kind of the best part about this job is that I love what I do and it doesn't really feel like work. I'm happy to be there from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. if I need to be, because I enjoy it. When I was in college and younger, there were, a couple of those big main dealerships, but not a lot of smaller dealerships that were around that would sell small collections or small inventories. But now they have started to pop up everywhere with the way that the car community's been building, the market's been going up and everything as well. So everybody's been able to start their own smaller business with all these car companies. And now you have the opportunity to almost jump into anywhere you want to be in any state that has these smaller dealerships, and you can go in, make some calls, help them out, and really just market yourself and find the opportunity that works best for you. I definitely didn't get where I am today by just luck. I've worked so hard since I was young, building up a page, building up a reputation for myself, getting to know everybody in the Atlanta community. So as I walk into somewhere, they know who I am. I have that reputation. I have that community built around me. So that's something that I think is really important, is to be able to be reputable and have people know who you are. When you walk into, a main Ferrari dealership, you can't just, get hired as a Ferrari technician. You need to have some experience. But if you walk in as somebody that they know who you are, they said, oh, we know you. You were at this show, or you met us here. You have that memory with them, and they're able to connect with you that way. I'm only 25, but I'm selling Ferraris every week. And at this age, it's insane that I've been able to do this for myself, and seeing all the hard work that I've put in over the past 10, 15 years really paying off now makes it all worth it. All the hours that I've put into editing, everything just starting to pay off is incredible. My dream goal is really to own a place kind of like Merlin Auto Group. I want to step up, be able to have my own dealership, sell some cars myself, have my own inventory and things like that. And Adam is well aware of that, and he said he's happy to take me under his wing, help me out, learn the whole 9 yards of everything. And hopefully the next 5, 10 years, I'll have my own place.
Premier Financial Services makes it easier and more affordable than you could possibly imagine to own your dream car. Their Simple Lease is one of the most powerful tools in the world of exotic car financing. You get all the benefits like the tax savings and the low payments of a lease, with all the additional benefits that you normally find in a traditional finance arrangement. You can build up equity, you can pay it off early, you can trade in and out of cars, because you get a very clear and easy to understand amortization table to understand what your payoff will be any month throughout your term. And all the while, the amazing team from Premier Financial Services will be right there to help you along the way. They've been supporters of the VINwiki channel now for 5 years in a row, so we can't thank them enough for that, but mostly we're thankful for the fact that they can help you make it easier than ever to own your dream car. Check them out now.